Being in the BLG program, it taught me a lot about positive self-concept. And one thing that I learned was that we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And that once we find out what those things are, we have to own them. We have to understand that we can't be good at everything. For instance, I'm not a great basketball player, I'll admit it, but I'm a great public speaker. And that's what I had to own. And that's where my career is going. I want to do broadcasting. It took me a lot of soul searching, a lot of time for me to find out that I'm not a great basketball player and I'll never make it to the NBA. But here I found that I can go into a career that's promising, that I can create a future for myself and a better life.
It was a time in my first semester where I had this psychology class that I didn't know if I was going to pass or if I was going to fail, honestly. And I went into the tree office and I got tutoring, and it was through this tutor that helped me pass this class. And I didn't just look at it as someone helping me pass the class. It was someone who actually truly cared about the direction in which my life was taking. I have to actually look back at this experience and just be so grateful, because so many people, they deny help because they feel ashamed, or just be grateful that this person was willing to help me because I needed it, and just truly accept that at face value.
Throughout my first semester here at Madonna University, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned that I have realistic self-appraisal. And what that means to me is that I'm well aware of my strengths and my weaknesses. My weakness is that I procrastinate a lot. I tend to put things off and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it later. And then my strength is that I know I can accomplish any goal that I put my mind to. And I will accomplish the goal. Like, I know I can't cut procrastination out completely, but I will limit it to a certain extent.
What does it mean to be involved in the community? Madonna and the BLG program is a definition of it. They're giving me a lot of opportunities to give back, and I want to do the same. For instance, Christ Child House. There were kids that didn't have nobody, neglected and abused, really struggling in life. So we went down there, ate, sang, and played with them. From that point on, I knew that it wasn't enough. I knew that I wanted to do much more and better. So I decided to volunteer at the YMCA. No matter if it was snowing, raining, I had to get there the best way I could. Motivation and hard work, dedication is all it takes. And y'all ask you again, what does it mean to be involved in the community? This is the definition of it.
Ephesians 5:21 says, submitting unto one another in fear or reverence of God. This is important in leadership experience simply because in order to truly be a leader, you have to be willing to submit to others. A lot of people in their leadership experience think that is being a tyrant. But from my personal experience, I've learned that it's about reaching down, getting your hands dirty, really interacting with people, letting people know that you love them, letting people know that you care. I have learned that in being a true leader, you have to really get to the point where you say it's not about me, but it's about others. That's why working in the writing center, I've been able to help other people with their papers, even when I didn't want to read them. It's been an opportunity just simply to be a leader. Leadership is a privilege. It's not something that we have to stand on or sit on and think that it's an obligation for others to look at us in any different way, for anybody to put us on a pedestal. But leadership experience, true leadership experience, is always going to be something that comes right out of your heart, something that comes out of your belly, something that comes out of your character, who you truly are. In order to be a true leader, you have to get to the point where you say, I love other people and I'm willing to help other people more than I might be able to get out of it myself.
About a year ago, I really didn't have a plan. I didn't plan out things I wanted to do. I didn't have a structure to my life. Then I joined the BLG program. I realized that we all need plans. We cannot just do things and not have structure. We need something to go by. Also, in successfully handling the system, networking. That's a key component I'm working on. I am holding myself accountable, I'm holding others accountable, and I'm having other people hold me accountable. I like networking, I like talking. Some people already know I talk way too much, but just having structure and always taking that second to just think about our actions is the key to really handling the system well.
Coming into college, I knew I wanted to graduate with a degree. I knew I wanted to help people in criminal justice, but I really wasn't sure what kind of level I wanted to do and exactly what I wanted to do with that criminal justice degree. but I was able to get a summer internship with DTE, and I was working in the account department, and it made me realize that I do not want to sit behind a desk all day. Even though I was helping people and I was interacting with people, it made me realize that I wanted to be an active person. I wanted to be out in the community. I wanted to help people. Also on campus, I was able to work in the Office of Student Life, and it taught me that I want to be back on a kind of like a college setting or a student setting where I'm around students and I'm helping people. And that right there gave me my long-term idea, which is to go to grad school and get a degree in either student affairs or social work, where I'm going back and I'm helping people. So I think it's very important for people to set their goals. I think it'll give you something to look forward to and motivate you to keep doing things.
Tradition is defined as anything inherited or passed down, such as customs or beliefs, passed down to affect someone's actions or what they actually feel about a certain situation. If you're talking about a tradition in the sense of a classroom setting, for example, then there's plenty of ways to obtain knowledge without being inside of a classroom. And throughout my college career, I've actually found that out by doing different things as in service projects or volunteering for different times I have to communicate and understand people. Other ways I can use my major rather than opening up the textbook. Because I learned that we only remember 10% of what's in the textbook. And 80% of what we learn happens outside of the classroom. So learning it cannot be narrowed down into one specific thing. Learning can be many different things. You can learn through experience, or you can learn through instruction from someone else. So there's plenty of ways to obtain knowledge in the non-traditional sense.